can you hear me? All right. What's up, gang? I want you to look at the people around you, just your peers, right? Just give them a quick look-see, glance. You might know them, you might not. And I want you to imagine every one of them as their own individual ecosystem and how it represents them as a whole. It could be like a city, it could be like a lush jungle, it could be a grassy plain, anything, right? So just like mull that over for a second. Got it? Cool. Now do it with yourself. Same thing. Think of an ecosystem and how it represents you as a whole. You know, it could kind of suck, could be pretty good, same thing. Now think about that. Now, personal fact, I love gambling, and I'm willing to bet that every single one of you, or at least most, thought of your own ecosystem as worse as the people around you. Right? Things like, you probably have more pollution, probably have logging, forest fires, just general dysfunction. And I've got good news for you, because everyone sucks. I suck, you suck, everyone sucks. Everyone's ecosystem is garbage. It's got tons of flaws and problems. But why do we think of our own as worse? Well, it's a lot like the idea of solipsism. It's a philosophical concept of how you can only be 100% certain of your own mind's existence. So, like, I have a crystal clear view of my ecosystem. All of you, I have no idea. Like, it's a very murky view of what you are. And that makes me unsure of myself. It allows me to see perfection, which obviously isn't true, but that's what I see. For a long, long time, I would wonder, why am I the only person that doesn't want to get out of bed? Why am I the only person that hates myself? Why am I the only person thinking these things? Why am I the only person that's struggling? Obviously, that's not true. Everybody struggles, but that's what I thought. That's what I saw. And it was so hard to get out of that. Still, today, I know that's not true. But every time I'm thinking about it, I'm like, but I see everyone's doing great. I'm not doing great. Why are they doing great? And why is it so hard to not be disappointed by that? There's a psychological concept called learned helplessness. It's where when you doubt yourself, it makes it so much harder to do something. And it's so easy to doubt yourself when everyone around you appears to be superior. It just makes it more difficult. And combating that learned helplessness is extremely difficult. But the best way to do it is through reframing your mindset. But I like to call it realizing everyone sucks. Right? Because everyone does suck. Whether that's comforting to you or not, you can use it to your advantage through vulnerability. That's the key word. If you take away one thing from what I talk about today, it's vulnerability. Because when you're vulnerable, when you open your ecosystem up to have people see its pollution, its flaws, its sludge, its slop, it makes you feel connected to that person. They feel connected to you. They're like, oh, wait a minute, Jack's struggling too. Jessica's struggling too. I'm not the only one struggling. And that allows us to get better, to believe in ourselves more, to combat this learned helplessness through vulnerability with one another. Now, there is one aspect of every ecosystem on Earth that rises above the rest. Maybe not every, but most. It's the sun. The sun it provides everything. It provides energy, it provides warmth. We are the sun of our ecosystem. It's a little weird because the ecosystem is also us, but just think about how you motivate yourself, how you think about yourself, how you do things. That's what you are the sun. But unlike the real sun, we sometimes don't want to do things. Sometimes we don't do things, and it sucks. We're like, man, I want to do things, I don't do things. And it's so difficult to get over that. But also, unlike the sun, we are not the only thing that motivates us. We have each other. We are connected. And the way we get connected is vulnerability. And we get depressed, we get unhappy, we get unmotivated. But we get over it. Why? Why? Sometimes life sucks sometimes. Sometimes we don't want to get over it, but we do. Because we aren't the sun. We aren't an ecosystem. We're human. And whether or not that's comforting, it's true. We're human. We're corrupt. We're awful. We're the worst. We're beautiful. We're amazing. We are incredibly us. We are human. And one thing about being a human is our vulnerability allows us to connect with one another. And we can always turn to one aspect. Although our ecosystems suck, all of them, equally. They're all garbage. We all can turn to one another when the sun grows cold. Thank you so much.